Hello and welcome to this edition of Crossover. I'm Ji Xiaojun.
Hello from Beijing, I'm Louisa Lee.
So today the topic will be about whether you're going to pay or not for sports events.
Would you pay for it?
Good question, would you?
I actually would because I'm a supporter of sports events. And because when you pay for it, you can actually enjoy the sports event in high quality. If you don't pay for it, it stalls when you're trying to watch the game.
Well, that means I have to take the other side. I'm not paying for that because that's basically the fact. You know, we watch games, we watch TV series online. Mostly, I'm not saying 100%, but mostly we're not paying for that because all the contents are free anyway, on TV or on other platforms.
Right. How about championships, for instance, like World Cup or, boxing events?
Good question.
Big events that.
My answer is I probably don't watch them anyway. So, and today we're going to talk about this topic. We're joined now in the studio by three guests. So we have Arthur. Arthur, what do? You're from Sina.com.
That's right, Sina Sports.
Yeah, Sina Sports.
That's right, yeah.
You also do broadcasting of sports events.
Used to be quite a lot.
Okay.
Now it's kind of later than what we had in the past.
Right. Ms. Zhao, you're from?
China Sports Media. I also have a nickname of, everybody call me the Miss 8 Billion.
Miss 8 billion.
Yeah,
That's
Miss
right.
8 billion. Yeah,
billion.
it's
8
a
billion.
famous nickname in the industry. And a lot of guys in...
Why did you get a nickname like that?
At the end of the year of the 2015, we're bidding the CSL media rights, and we led the media rights of the CSL growth to the number of the 8 billion for 5 years.
8 billion.
8
5
billion
years.
RMB.
RMB for 5 years.
For 5
Broadcasting rights
years. Yeah.
of
media rights.
the Premier League of Chinese football games.
Chinese football.
Of Chinese
Yeah,
football.
Chinese football. It is a symbol, I think, in the sports industry.
8 billion.
8 billion.
Are you
So
crazy?
I have the nickname of
Are
the
you
8
crazy?
billion.
I'm just curious whether you gained it back.
That's a good question because I have been asked about this question for more than 2 years. I think maybe in the following 10 years, I'm still be asking for. Yeah, I think.
So they're turning the 8 billion RMB into 8 billion US dollars, maybe. We don't
Yeah,
know
sure.
what the business model is like.
Yeah.
And we have Yu Jia. Yu Jia is our colleague from CCTV. You're a commentator. He was here last time
Yeah, he was.
for a different topic about marathon.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to be here again and just listen to these two guys just talk about the copyright price. I think maybe for me, a commentator, the most important, maybe I have the bigger market.
I guess you support the new model. People have to pay to watch sports events.
Actually, I just support that, but I just work for CCTV Sports Channel, and I don't think it's a right thing to the big part of fans, and not the right thing,
You don't think the subscribers or people who are willing to pay for that?
Yeah, we couldn't change their habits, When they just grown up, they just watch the soccer game, just like what Luisa said. They just watch this World Cup, the NBA finals. They didn't pay for it.
It's all free.
Yeah, it's
So
all free.
far, it's all free.
Yeah, we couldn't do the things just like, hey, when you just grown up to an adult, okay, you should accept that. You should pay for that. No, they couldn't change.
But it just depends how much we're paying, how much we're talking about. Is it monthly subscription? Is it by game? And if it's affordable or not, I guess it also depends on the price range.
So the question is, what is the current situation like? What is the status quo?
Well, I think
Paying, not paying,
yeah, well,
charging, not charging?
it's kind of sophisticated because number one, we have all the products, right? There are products by per view, by game, by the season. But also, we need to add one consideration, which is if you look at NBA, now it's people is paying to enjoy NBA games, right? NBA has been here for 74 seasons. So meaning that a lot of people watching NBA, they love to watch the game. So when you're so in love with the game, you want to pay for the game. You want to pay to see the stars to perform for you. CSR has been here for 29 years. CBS has been here for 24 seasons only. If you're looking from promotion standpoint, you want to have more people to watch the game before them to pay for the game. That's a dilemma you have to deal with. I think that's the balance you need to keep. In the one side, you want to have people to pay for that. On the other side, you want to have more people to look into the games, especially for the young generations. People, they have more time spending with celebrities, with computer games. nobody's really watching. That's the problem.
Especially when we're talking about China.
Exactly,
Such a huge market.
Yeah.
So which side balances more on the weight, we don't know.
Yeah, I think the pay-per-view is not a question we discuss yes or no, it's impossible or possible. We should discuss how to do that.
Yeah, it's because you've already spent your 8 billion.
Yeah, it's not only the 8 million, it's not only the problem. I think if the problem of 8 billion solved, the whole problems of the China sports industry has been solved.
Talking about the spending habits of customers, say, in China. So take another guess. We have a street interview. It's already now. Take a guess. Which side would they be on?
I think most people wouldn't pay for it.
Wouldn't? For reasons Rija just mentioned.
Because because they're used to not having to pay for it.
Okay, take a look.
大部分是在现场。
一般有时间就来我们现场。
如果现在实在没时间的话，一般会在电视或者是网络上看。
我在手机上一些各大网站，什么 PPTV。
肯定是用电视看山东卫视。一个小时我全国1小时。免费的，
是免费。
你是进场看的话，你找那免费的，尽量去找那免费的吧。有时候就自己喜欢球队就付费。
真的觉得那就。 太难过了。
对于运营商来说是不大好，对于我们球迷来说是肯定不好。其他球队付费的话，就看应该会比较少了，但是鲁能的话一定会全部看过。
收费的话，我会选择继续看下去。如果说收费的话，我还会主动去付这个钱。
收入稍高点的，然后他没问题，但是收入低的，像学生他没有那么多钱，一直在干这个事情。
就我球迷而言的话，我可能会觉得就是看球的经费增加了，然后。 对于整体而言的话，我可能觉得会更规范化吧。
特别的重要场次可以收费，一些普通的场次还是免费，应该对普及足球这一项还是挺好的吧。还是希望更专业、更商业化一些吧，因为现在球衣啊和球票很多都是盗版的嘛。 这一点还是对球迷的伤害还是挺大的。
不能光以商业的目的来做这个平台，以盈利的目的来做这个平台。更重要的是，通过这个平台能推动我们的这个足球的发展。
Any comments on their comments?
As guy said very well. To have this kind of a program be phrased to help to promote the event, promote the game.
Yeah.
Have more people to enjoy the game. I think that's important.
Promotion is important, but as a commercial company, I guess you would have different thoughts on this.
Yeah, I think the guys you just interviewed, I think it is the final of the CFA Cup last week.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think everyone there, everyone who can go to the stadium to watch his host the team, if there's no free access for them to watch Shandong's team, I think everyone there will pay for that. I totally agree for that. If you change the place, for example, in Shanghai or in Beijing, Guan, the same question to the fans, I think you can get totally different answers. Especially in Shanghai, I have a discussion with Shanghai Shenhua Club. For his fans, Shanghai Shenhua is really have a lot of fans in Shanghai. Most of the Shanghai Shenhua fans will have already buy the pay-per-view on PPE Sports. The different reasons. The first one, maybe someone on the home match they will go to the stadium, but away match, so they cannot find a TV set maybe on the match day, or maybe they follow the commentator. So they just buy the membership of Shenhua Club.
So, to Yuzha, are you surprised to find out that actually the answers are not all the same, and they're saying if it is about my team, yes, I mean no matter what, I'm going to pay for that. But if there is some free content online available, probably I'll just choose not to pay.
Actually, why not? Just like what the two guys just said. I think two kinds of people just can pay for that. One is the absolutely fan, right?
Yeah. Die hard.
Die hard. Yeah, I can buy the season tickets. I can buy the jersey, just like what NBA fans, for example, the Houston Rockets fans, LA Lakers fans, right? Absolutely fan. But another kind of people I just learned a word from Japan, just named Autuka. Autuka just means the guys just stay in home, just watch the comic. day and night, just like that. You know, so much people just want to pay for that. For what? For the Tencent NBA broadcasting. Why? They can type some word on the screen, right? And they can watch the so beautiful, so sexy, the female MC on the screen, just like Louisa Lee, right? Yeah, they want to look at that, and so much content and so much games. If you just pay for something, you can watch all the games.
Yeah, and it's interesting because you also just mentioned you have diehard fans who are willing to pay to watch the games, and you have fans in between. They might pay for the game if they like the players, if they like the team, if it's a championship game. How do you get these viewers in the middle and shift them and to make them pay? How important are the marketing strategies or promoting strategies?
That's what you do, right?
Yeah.
Miss 8 billion, right?
I think the product, we improve the quality of the product. It's really, really important. So we operate CSL. We know a lot of problems about CSL, especially comparison with the NBA, with the EPL, the English Premier League. So when we sit here to say to say to fans, you need to pay, you know, I'm not so confident. Because I'm not so confident about what kind of product you provide to the fan.
When you say products of these sports games are just sports games, and how different can they be in terms of the products?
Yeah, a lot. For example, let's example for NBA, because Yujia is much familiar with that. NBA has maybe 1,400 matches per season.
Maybe just almost.
Yeah, almost that. They have a very scientific and diverse format for how to divide all the matches, divide all the products. So to different platform, what kind of do, and for the production, and for the commentation, I think the league make the NBA as a wonderful product to the whole world, to the fans. So I think that's much important. For CCTV, I think CCTV only can broadcast about 200 matches per season.
I think
something
so.
like that. Yeah. But for the else matches, for the fans, they can choose diverse access to get what they want. But for CSL, you know, I'm here. I know CSL well. I'm really, you know,
you're better.
But you believe in it. You pay $8 billion for broadcasting rights, right?
But you know, we're in the very, very junior market. For the schedule, for the clubs, and for the stadium, even for the light if they enough for the production. So all the problems we need to solve. I think maybe why we say the pay-per-view is long-term, except for the consumption habit come into the real, I think the product improves. It's really need a long time.
Well, basically, if you're going to pay for the game, then you're expecting something that you're not getting from a free content platform, right? Basically. So you're there to offer all these individualized, personalized products, whether they are going for a commentator, for a specific game, or for a specific team that you're offering. Probably that's what you're trying to sell. But you did mention there is one very important aspect of this commercialization of sports events: media rights. Interesting. We have 3 guests from 3 different angles. You know, you're a platform.
No.
You're
I'm
a commentator.
Staff, they are both.
You're a commentator. You're more like an agency, but you have the copyrights of these sports games. Some of them represent the rights. So you have different perspectives. How do you see?
Well, actually, we have a different dimensions here. So CCTV get all the rights for free, most of them, right? And we're paying a little, and you know, they're paying a lot. I think the reasons for that is that if we view this as a lucrative business, you know, you buy for 100, you want to sell for 120. But most of the cases, when you buy the live game rights, it can never be lucrative, not in the short term, maybe in the long run. To educate the market, that's a very costly activity. Not everyone can do that. You know, CNS Sports, we've been here for 20 years, we still struggled to educate the market. But earlier you mentioned something like this 10% diehard sports fan, they want to pay for everything. They love them. And then there's a 20% in between. Then we improve the quality of the products. We have the, you know, all the games better watching, you know, to be more attractive to the fans. We can have someone to convert them from non-pay to pay. But The other part is 70%, the entertainment fans. They don't want to watch sports at all.
Exactly.
That's a problem for us. If we can convert a big chunk of the 70% into the considerable paid fans, I think that's the key to us to be lucrative for all of us.
I just read in an article not long ago about ET, which is also another online platform. They just
no,
iQIYI, they just acquired the rights to broadcast Premier League and also UEFA, other games as well. So what does that mean to the overall sports economy? I mean, does it mean that people are willing to pay for international games?
Well, it depends because you have two things to attract your fans. One is entertainment programs. That's getting more expensive right now. You can buy a TV episode, you can have your own produced TV programs. But compared with a sports game, you just do the comparison. Like people, they pay for the FIFA World Cup. That's it's 1.5 billion RMB for the 1 month. But you would get 30 to 40 million fans to watch on your platform. That's something you can calculate. Different.
Yeah, or different ways, different business models. Either
Correct,
you charge your fans for watching, and then you gain the profit through their subscription fees, or it's all free content, but you run your commercials.
Correct.
It's different models. But how do you see the media rights?
I think just come back to CSL. As the number one IP in China, you can see the older stadium of the CSL on the weekend on match day is full of the stadium. In the whole population of China, if we have only 5 million CSL fans who want to pay 300 RMB per year, do you think expensive?
Wait, 5 million and 300 a year.
5 million, 300.
So the total amount would be?
The total is what? It's 1.5 billion, right?
Okay.
Right.
Out of 8 billion, that's not enough.
8 billion is for 5 years.
Okay.
It's almost the break even.
All right.
Okay.
Right.
Do you think the 5 million the fans in China for CSL is a big number?
Compared to the total population, maybe not.
Maybe not, right?
Yeah, maybe.
So what I want to say is that if as a CSL, the number one IP, sports IP in China, if we don't have the as much as 5 million, I feel frustrated. It is the number one in China's sports industry.
Right.
So my opinion is that if we only have 5 million for that in the whole market, in the as big as China, the market as big as in China, so I think we can support our business model, the pay-per-view model for that.
So you're saying we're not there yet?
Not
we should
yet.
not pay
not yet. So
for the media rights.
Yeah. So what we need to do is that it's not only to push the fans here to pay. We need to expand the number of the fans. On the contrary, that is why I feel confident in the future about pay-per-view in this market.
So it's not there yet, but you believe it's going that direction.
Yeah, sure. It's also the global tendency, I think. China market is also in follow the global tendency. I think why we are different is the EPL and the NBA, the NFL, and even the Olympic Games. Everybody knows that in Los Angeles Olympics in the 1984, the media rights is the key elements to push the Olympic to be commercialized. Yeah, but now in the 2016, in the Rio Olympics, the media rights, the number reached to about $4.1 billion US. Yeah, that's really the huge. It's almost occupied more than 70% of the whole income of the Olympic.
Ms. Zhao just talked about CSL. I just think about CBA.
CBA is China Basketball.
After the Ms. Zhao's company just spend so lot of money, right? And someone does say, hey, how about the basketball? Come on, Yao just to be the president of CBA, so good performance on the international court. Maybe you need another Mr. 16 billion, right? And Yao just discussed with his group as so long time, and they just made the decision. Just no, we just need the dividing sales of copyright. We didn't need so much money, but we need the marketing just growing up healthy. I know.
So you're saying Yao Ming decided not to charge that much for the copyrights of the games?
You know, I think Yao just had the same opinion with Miss Zhao. Just the marketing is the junior marketing. Now they are so good and so experienced marketing. So they just dividing the sales after they just signed a contract with CCTV for 10 years, extending the contract. After that, just sell to Tencent and Migu and Youku.
You believe that you should first get people to watch it first,
Exactly.
to get it flowing, to get it going, and then charge them later.
There's a possibility for us to be lucrative, to be profitable in the next few years. Depends on how fast or how good I can do the job to attract more young people, young generation to look at the games on internet plus TV.
Yeah, better be in 5 years because they've already paid that 8 billion. Right, let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue our discussion.
Stay with us. Welcome back to the studio. And Xiaojun, we were just talking about broadcasting sports events, media rights.
Yeah.
But those are not the only way that we can keep this business going. Selling sporting merchandise is also another way to rack up the profits, isn't it?
This is interesting because remember the video, and there was one comment on this: better improve, the products, the quality of that, or they're worried about some fake products, all these copies, and are you worried about that? And merchandise products, and how important is this?
Not from China, but for the other market. Cristiano Ronaldo, when he transferred from what place to
Juventus.
Juventus.
Yeah.
The first day, his match, the first day they sell 520,000 jerseys.
520,000 jerseys for the first day.
Exactly. That's your guess.
How powerful they can be, right?
Yeah, that's 50 million euro, because that's Cristiano Ronaldo. That's about the power of the superstar. They can bring to the commercialization.
Yeah, I mean, this cannot be separated from all these talents, right? Including stars.
And also like NBA games. I mean, I remember, I grew up in the States and I used to be a Lakers fan.
Exactly.
And when you go,
Kobe Bryant.
everyone in LA wears, jerseys. It's everyone. And
Was
when you go
Jordan or a Kobe?
Yeah, they can be Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, it was Kobe.
young.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I was really young, I was a fan of the New York teams. Yeah,
So
but
how expensive was the jersey?
I think back in the days when I was young, maybe $40.
Now it's $135.
Yeah, it was 40 to 60 or 80. I don't remember, but the prices keep going up, and people are willing to buy, like, also the real deal, the real jersey.
You know what I mean? We like numbers, and numbers in China, they tend to be huge, like
we have
billions and millions, hundreds of millions, but not in this
Not
category.
in China yet.
Not in
yet,
this
right?
category.
China, just think of the number because it mentioned Cristiano Ronaldo.
yeah.
It's under control. I give you an example. It's Nike is the official sponsor for CSL.
Yeah.
Right.
Due to the strictly principle of the sponsor of the CSL, all the CSL clubs has to wear Nike's the suit, the jersey. I have asked the guys in Nike, how much can you sell your products in Beijing? You mean the hottest market already? 500,000 RMB per year.
So not even compared
Less,
to...
less than this number. Because I guess this number, Nike told me that, are you kidding? It's not so much.
So that's the reason Guan is dissatisfied with Nike. Right? They don't want to wear the Nike, right?
That's Nike. Nike pay a lot to the league, to the clubs. But what they get from the market is only 5,000.
Why is this the case? I mean, we do have
Exactly.
a, a lot of young enthusiasts who love sports. I mean, why is this the case?
In Europe, it's no duplicate. There's no fake products, right? But in China, you can pay 20 RMB to get a jersey.
Yeah.
Then you wear the jersey. It's a green jersey anyway.
It's all the same.
Exactly, they get into the stadium. That's it. But in Europe, nobody's buying that one.
And no one is doing anything about that? You think government is not doing enough? No. That's all right. Yeah, I mean, that's the problem.
Yeah,
because China is the manufacturing
we have to
center.
deal with. We have to face. I think that's something we look into. Cristiano Ronaldo, the momentum he built for the Juventus.
Yeah.
I think maybe another 10, 20 years for us to get there.
Yeah.
We're getting there. It's getting better a little bit. Different time to time.
So that's also the products, the problem products. You know, in the CSL clubs, their jersey, there's no player's name on his jersey.
Yeah.
So as a fan, whose jersey I buy it from?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's
It's also the
problem.
system. It's also the way that you're going to develop all these products.
Yeah.
Well, if you only sell, let's say, 10,000 or 20,000 jerseys a year, what's the reason for you to print the names? Doesn't matter much.
But if you don't do it, and then I'm not going to buy that.
Yeah, it's kind of like
You don't buy it
It's
anyway.
a negative loop.
Exactly.
it's like a vicious cycle, right? Yeah.
Maybe so much fans just want to buy the fake jersey, right?
The fake ones.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's like
So cheap.
Exactly.
And what's the difference?
when there are options and much cheaper ones, then why would I pay for that? With the much higher price.
What's the next question?
But
What's the next question? How do we do it?
remember the video?
on.
Someone just interviewed Lu Neng's fans. He just wear the Nike's jersey. I think maybe it's real, but around him, so much people just wear the fake jersey.
You can tell. So that's the copy products. That's the one of the main concerns. What about a different perspective? Say, probably all these clubs, they should work on providing more choices, a huge variety of different ways of merchandising the brand. I don't know. That's just a thought.
How about working with sports brand, for instance? Like I was thinking about, Jordan, for instance. You have Air Jordan shoes with Nike, and it's been selling for such a long time. Till this day, people still buy, even though he's retired.
Because it's Jordan.
Yeah.
Because it is Jordan.
Yeah, but we also have super athletes here in China. Can we focus on one star, a few stars?
There's no comparison, not in the scale like Jordan, no copy.
Yeah, not super enough. I think not super enough.
It's easy to form an entertainment celebrity, but it's pretty hard for sports. Entertainment is easy, right? There were makeups. That's easy for people to love. But entertainment, that's easy, but sports will be very, very difficult. Like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. How many years or maybe decades for you to form someone like Kobe Bryant? In China, so we don't have Kobe Bryant. We don't have those ones.
Why is that?
What's combination for their own quality?
Yes.
Their own dedication on sports. Like Kobe Bryant used to be saying, have you ever seen the 4 a.m. Los Angeles? They're more important about promotion. So how many TV time hours we give to the celebrity, sports celebrity, how many media coverage we have? And also for himself, how do he to build himself as a product, sellable products? That's a different story.
That's not just about the sports games. It's about the whole industry. The sports.
It's combination.
Copycat could be one issue. The other problem could be we don't have big enough stars, or when we don't have big enough fan base, diehard fan base. And these could all be reasons.
Yeah.
That's true.
And I think it's time to move on because the conversation is getting quiet since this is like a sensitive topic. All right. Let's take another break and we'll continue our conversation after that.
Yeah, the heated discussion will continue. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the studio. Now let's talk about the stars on the court.
Yeah, before that, I have to reveal to a little secret to our audience. There were heated discussions about merchandise products during the break, but probably off the record.
That's off the record. Officially off the record.
Yeah, all these stories, interesting stories. Now back to the next topic. It's about talents, professionals. We did mention a little bit about getting professionals, but who are we exactly referring to? Professionals in the sports game industry? So commentators definitely is one of them.
Commentators star, I think we should talk about the soccer's commentator, right?
Okay.
Not basketball commentator.
Any commentators. Commentary is an important part, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
When you're in providing all these individualized products, commentator is one of the key factors that might attract a certain among the fans.
Right. Especially now, especially when the pay-per-view market is not mature as enough. The commentator is the most important one to attract the subscribers to pay. It's the most important one. Yeah.
Good news. That's good news.
Yeah, good news for me. But
since you are looking for a bigger contract.
But I should say that the soccer or football commentator.
I think the same to basketball.
No. So sorry, I couldn't accept that. I always say commentator is another kind of media. We just care about the game. The commentator just the bridge to connect the fans, audience, and the game. Now the real main role, For example, we just talk about Zhang Jun. Zhang Jun is mostly
like a star commentator.
Is star commentator. I should say that. Zhang Jun is a star commentator, huh? He just commands the England Premier League,
EPL,
right?
yeah.
EPL. Okay, but if Zhang Jun just command a football game between India and Cambodia, do you want to watch that?
We can find another one. We can find an author to do it.
You don't watch anyway, so.
That's my question. That's my question.
Yeah, that's exactly what you're talking about, right? I mean, you have a star commentator for some games or from some league games and to attract the attention.
The commentator is IP. I think it is an IP. It is not only a job.
Okay.
It is IP.
For only one league or for all games?
Depends on the different league. We have to accept that not all the football match attract enough fans.
Okay.
Yeah, only some of them. Yeah, I think the commentator who can become an IP, but not only in the job, depends on the big football IP.
What? It's
exactly.
almost.
Yeah. I agree with that.
It appeared to me it happens all of a sudden. Basically, I mean, commentators, they're always there, and I thought, okay, they're part of the game, the broadcasting, but it's, I don't know how did this happen, and they become a star.
Let's for example, the weightlifting. It is the Olympic gold medal event, right?
No
but
more.
Not anymore.
Much fans? No.
Not anymore.
How much fans?
Restart.
Yeah.
Okay.
How much fans of that totally? Maybe 1,000, 10,000. But if one person is really crazy about that, and let himself become the very, very professional in the weightlifting commentation, do you think she have some market value?
So the market, if it is not big enough, there is no use of that.
So the event, their commentate, it should have as big as enough fans already.
Okay.
Yeah.
But can you build a fan base based on the based on the commentator?
The other way around.
Yeah, the person's really famous.
Have you ever heard about a star weightlifting commentator? No.
No.
I think the star. I just agree with Mr. Zhao. Just a star commentator should based on a very good commercialized league or game.
Yeah.
Commercialized game.
Right.
Not only the Olympic, Asian Games. No. Just commercialized well.
So that's the change, right? Because before, like with CCTV 5, the sports channel, it's one commentator who does the job for all games.
Yeah.
Sport, boxing, basketball, and we have, we are all
three sports commentators cover the whole globe.
We're all familiar with the three national voices.
Yes.
We're so familiar with the voices because basically they cover all games. And they also played a very important role in promoting all these games which might not be known to the huge public at the time. But, like boxing in the early years, or I don't know, rugby sometimes even.
Yeah.
But it's getting there. You're getting all these star commentators who might be just good in one area, but they are really good in that one area. And we're getting all these superstars, right? Do you also hire some star commentators too?
Well, Zhang Jun worked for us. At the time, we still had NBA, and we had also EPL. Zhang Jun worked for us for EPL as well. I agree with that. If you want to have a star commentator, have to base on a scaled events. Like EPL, CSL, you name it. If there's nobody knows this non-known event, there's no chance. But I want to take a step back, talking about the talents in general. One of the arguments I formed in the past was China doesn't have a sports industry before 2014. Before that,
That young?
Well, yeah, because China, we have the government, we pay for everything. The government pays for sports. The government pays for the athletes. Even like in the CBA, CSL, also government formed. This government agency formed those kind of sports. So before 2014, there was no sports industry per se in China. Everything is highly regulated, government supported. But with the State Council document number 46, opened up the sports industry. So starting from 2015, a lot more companies come into this area, invest, and build their own IPs, their own game, their own contents around the sports in China. That's, I think, the newborn of the China sports industry.
It's really interesting because you said regulation, so it also means that how much the players will get paid also regulated.
Exactly.
Right? Like in the NBA, you have, or in soccer or football, in
But that's in a different way then.
Yeah, they get paid so high. There's such a huge gap between players, even though they're on the same team. Is that even possible here in China?
But that's totally market drive for NBA. But in China, when we're talking regulated, that's different. Doesn't matter how good you are, you will be probably paid fairly. Even like the head coach. Yeah, there's many rumors. I would say rumors. Many
stories.
The stories talking about head coach would not have the pay to match with their counterparts in the other countries. How come? We're China, we're number 2 economy in the world. We still cannot pay our head coach.
Regulated by the
exactly.
system. Yeah.
That was before 2015. But after 2015, things has been changed. Now we're seeing a lot more positive views, positive signs on the industry growth.
Well, that's one aspect of it. But at the same time, since you're saying the whole industry was not born until 2014, we're only 4 years old. So when the new system, the new game is being developed, I guess you're looking for all these talents that you need for the system to work, the new system to work, right? So commentators, for one thing, starts, that's a long process.
That's right.
What else are we now talking
People
about?
like Miss Zhao. No, trust me, because starting from 2015, you have the chance to buy CSL rights, right, from CCTV. It was CCTV dominated
a real good professional agent, right?
So when we have the open door policy for sports industry, we have people like Zhao Jun to play important role to bring the CSL from almost
that's right,
very little 8 million RMB to about 8 billion for 5 years.
For 5 years, yeah.
That's right.
Entrepreneurs who know business and sports.
Exactly.
Yeah. We need more and more people who knows the sports marketing, the real sports marketing. You just talk about that, and who knows sports and marketing and business. That's real, right?
And also people who believe in it as well,
Exactly.
right?
Of course,
Are we short on superstars, super athletes? Athletes that are good?
We have Yao Ming.
Yeah.
We have a lot more superstars.
yeah.
And only one Yao Ming.
Yeah.
Well, even
One
for
and
that, we
only.
still have a lot more superstars compared with super salesmen, so super sports marketing professionals.
See.
Like Los Angeles, what's that? 1984, right? There's only one guy changed the Olympics.
Yeah.
He made a profit for the Olympics first time ever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
1984 Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, Peter Yobros.
Yeah, I should say you just talk about Yao. Yao is one and only. I should call that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
For what? When he just almost retired, he just studied so much things, real study, not only for the certification.
Yeah, yeah.
So much start just learn these things just like that, and he just learned and studied from so much different kind of people, successful people, and now that he just changed his role just several times. The sports superstar, I should say the superstar, and then the boss of the Shanghai team, and then the chairman of the Chinese Basketball Association and the president of CBA. So I think not all the super sports star can doing things just like
Yeah.
Yao,
Yeah.
what Yao did.
Yeah.
They just satisfied with their richness.
Which is fair enough, yeah.
Yeah, and maybe, for example, I know Lina is a female. She is so successful female. When she just retired, she should care about her family. It's true.
It's all
real.
natural. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the force, you know. So if someone just want to be the people just like Yao, you should spend so much time and energy on the education.
Yeah, I mean, Yao is
The real
definitely a superstar and sole example which cannot be copied by anyone. It's,
Exactly.
you know, it's himself,
Yeah, in
it's
100
the era,
years.
it's basically everything put together to create this Yao. That's one thing. But at the same time, I mean, in the end, it's when you call it an industry, it's still business. So when we're talking about business, then you would need all the talents for the right environment for business. But at the same time, the special part of it is you need to know business. At the same time, you need to know the specific features of sports and not just one sport. All the sports. And if we're talking about these games. But at the same time, we have to acknowledge the fact that we're now entering this new era when the younger generation is popping up post 95, or the millennials, and also they're more willing to pay for probably whatever you're charging them in the future. And we're entering this internet age, so I don't know. Maybe anything is possible.
And I want to add on to it because sports is something that you have to watch live. Watching it live is important. So live streaming is also important. So I think to promote people to pay for it in the long run, it will work because it's not like a movie where you can watch it next week. If it's live and if you don't catch the game, then it's over. It gives a different kind of experience for viewers, I think.
Totally.
I can see Louise is trying to boost your confidence in the entertainment world.
Some confidence. Entertainment. No program can last for 10 years. Have you ever seen a program can last for 10 years?
Yeah.
Other than the TV program from Hunan Weishi. That's only one, right?
Yeah,
That
okay.
That's
The
only one
variety
still
show
alive.
is still there.
But, you know, the Voice, for example, 7 years.
Yeah.
So no entertainment can last for 10 years. Sports, everything is 20 years, 30 years, 100 years. The more time we spend on sports, the more value we can bring to the market. That's different.
Yeah, in the end, it's going to be called sportainment.
Very well. You know, for us, we use a lot of celebrities. We use all the names I can mention to help us to make a call.
Make a
for
call.
attention.
Make a call.
Yes.
Yes, we need to have celebrities to tell their fans, this is the game I love. Please watch my game or the game I love.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah, very important. Yeah.
So in the end, the conclusion is not there yet, but we're going there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
If you want to
agree.
develop the Chinese sports marketing, I think you need patience.
Patience is the
And
word.
we have no choice.
We have no choice.
But
Yeah,
for Ms.
patience.
Zhao, she's already paid 8 billion. Probably. you'll pay
Yeah. It's not 8 billion. It's 11 billion for 10
10 years.
years.
That's even bigger.
11
11
billion.
billion
Yeah, but
for
I'm
double
still
the time.
confident. But I'm still confident for that. Although I complain a lot of things, but you know, I'm still here. I'm still insist on in this industry.
Show my respect.
Yeah. So, really, You know, that means that I'm really full of confidence for that.
Okay.
Patience.
Patience,
You're confident,
confident. Yeah.
and
I'm building the new history. I'll give you one example.
Whoa.
The 3x3 Golden League. This season, we had less than...
Cena started it, right?
That's right. We
Yeah.
started 4 years ago. This season, we had less than 20 million RMB as sponsorship. Next year, we're looking at 100 million. If we can prove that, you know, 3x3 basketball can worth 100 million RMB for the season, I think that's a new era for all of us. I think that would give us all the confidence we can invest in this industry, provided we do it right.
And that game is not sports stars, right? It's regular people can join the game.
It's regular people.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you can
Grassroots.
if you can garner that, then for sports star you can maybe garner even more.
A lot more better.
Yeah.
Chance.
So if you put the final words, the final comments of the three guests together, that's with some patience you're confident, you're creating history.
That's right.
Thank you very much
Perfect.
for coming to Crossover.
Thank you for joining the show.
Thank you.
And see you next time.
See ya.